Hello and welcome to today's pandemic update video for Monday, August 1st, 2022. 97% of the country is in either high or substantial levels of transmission of coronavirus. Moderate to low makes up just about 2.5%. Variant proportions for today. The BA.5 variant makes up 81.9% of the cases. BA.4 is 12.9% of the cases, BA2.12.1 is 5% of the cases, and BA.2 is just 0.3% and almost non-existent. Taking a look at today's cases. Today a total of 120,978 cases were added. That's slightly down from last week. That's a good thing. Deaths. 475 deaths were added for today. That's slightly up from last week. That's a bad thing. Testing. 541,147 tests were added to the count today. That's somewhat okay considering that it was a Sunday yesterday. But we would like to see that number higher, and the next couple days it will be higher. Hospitalizations have slightly dropped again. 42,580 people in the hospital. That's down by 263. ICU has dropped below 5,000. 4,973 people are in the ICU. That's down by 14. And taking a look at the HHS count, as you can see here, the website's not working, but I did grab a screenshot of it mobile. And 42,737 people are in the hospital. We'll see how much that jumps tomorrow. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, it does usually go up. I'm figuring it will probably go back over 43,000 tomorrow. Continuing on with our tour of the cases. If you look at the national picture here, there are now more states that are either even or slightly dropping than there are states that are rising. So that's an encouraging sign, something we'd like to see. And I think we're at the peak of I think I can say it, we're at the peak of the BA.5 wave now. And we're just going to see a leveling off or a slight drop for the next several weeks. Then will come the second BA.5 wave in the northern states, second half of August, and at that point we'll just be waiting for BA.2, 0.75 to take over and become the dominant strain of COVID in the country. So looking at today's cases, Texas for some reason here on the BNO website is coming up as 31,140 new cases. I think that could be a total dating back from the weekend, but not 100% sure because some of the dashboard on the Texas website was updating. Did not take note if the cases were updating. Either way, that's probably a multi-day total. Florida, we know, is a multi-day total of 25,610 new cases. New York State has 4,034 new cases. Speaking of New York State, their positivity today comes in at Their cases today comes in at 4,034. Their positivity comes in at 9.3%. And looking at their hospitalizations real quickly, the last update we have shows them down slightly to 2,665. We'll see how much that rises tomorrow. If it does rise, maybe it'll continue dropping. We'll see, but they are now below the spring wave and the Delta 2021 wave in terms of hospitalizations. Going back to more cases from today. Illinois, this is a weekend total, 10,242 new cases. That's slightly down. New Jersey, also slightly down, 1,500 cases. Virginia, 4,200 cases. Indiana, 4,100 cases. That is slightly up. Wisconsin, 4,600 cases. That's ever so slightly up. Washington, 8,600 new cases. That's a multi-day total. Colorado, multi-day total, 3,200 new cases. Kentucky, 2,600 new cases. Alabama, 2,000 new cases. Louisiana, 3,800 new cases. Mississippi, 3,600 new cases. Oregon, 2,500 new cases. Puerto Rico, 1,300 new cases. West Virginia, multi-day total, 2,200 new cases. And finally, Delaware, this is the weekend total. They come in with 867 new cases. Taking a look at Walgreens. Check this out. Look at the general chart here. Walgreens has topped out and is slowly starting to drop now. 36.7%. So once again, more evidence that maybe we have peaked for the BA.5 wave and now we're going to drop slightly. I don't think we're going to see a full drop though. I think it's going to be similar to what we saw in spring. If anything, it may drop more than what we saw in the spring, just because so many people have been infected recently, and there's probably a short-term layer of immunity right now, which is not saying much. It's going to last. In a few weeks, it'll be gone already, because we know immunity, those walls of immunity they talk about, we know that doesn't actually exist, but some encouraging signs now. It's starting to drop. Let's just go through a few states here. Maine is up slightly, 3.4%. And this is what I'm expecting to see now. I'm expecting to see the furthest north states in the country probably rise because they didn't really have much of a BA.5 wave. So Maine's at 24.3%. Here's another one. Check out Vermont. Vermont is starting to rise now. But if you look at the Vermont overall trajectory, it's pretty much goes all over the place. Notice how it goes up, down, up, down, up, down. But as of lately, even though it goes up, down, it's staying more up than it's going down. So I think in the long run, Vermont's probably going to go back over 20% on Walgreens positivity. Right now, they're at 17.6%. I think by the end of August, they'll be over 20%. Coming down here to Mississippi. Mississippi is also another one that's rising. And if you look at the chart here, it's actually rising faster. So they're now at 39.2%. And checking out South Dakota. This is one we're going to be watching. I believe Sturgis is in South Dakota. Or is it North Dakota? Doesn't matter. The Dakotas are going to start rising. Right now, South Dakota is dropping. Don't expect that to last. They're at 27.6%. Speaking of North Dakota just had a huge jump to 21.7% increase. They are now at 32.4% positive, but don't read into that too much. Also, they are an up, down state. Finally, we'll take a look at Oregon. Oregon's up 3.9% to 33.4% positive. All right, coming over here to worldometers. India reported 10,000 new cases. France just 7,000 new cases. That's likely some lagged. It'll be much higher in the coming days, but it won't be as high because remember, they're dropping. France deaths, 121 reported. Brazil, 214 deaths today. They also reported 22,000 new cases. Italy, 18,813 new cases with a whopping 121 deaths. South Korea, 44,000 new cases. And Japan, another 196,812 cases, 78 deaths. Australia, 33,000 new cases. And coming down here to Taiwan, 16,584 new cases. Monkeypox outbreak. 990 cases were added today. The United States added a whopping 622 cases. Spain added 192 cases. Germany, 82 cases. Netherlands, 47 cases. Denmark, 18 cases. And there was one new death added today. I don't know if we can find it on here. But there was one new death today. Forget which country it was, but there are now 7 deaths in the world of monkeypox. Here it is, Peru. Peru identified their first death of monkeypox today. Also, in regards to the monkeypox outbreak, the United States is now requiring, or at least the CDC and HHS is requiring, all states must update their monkeypox once every 24 hours. So we will start seeing those backlogs get rectified, and we're going to see probably high numbers just about every day from here on out. Maybe not on the weekends, because the CDC doesn't really update on the weekends, but from here on out, expect to see much higher numbers. And eventually, it's going to probably be over 1,000 every day. All right, that's all I have for today. My daily reminders for you are continue social distancing, continue wearing your mask, continue wearing gloves when you go grocery shopping, get gas, or anything else that requires touching a lot of things, like serving food. Please wear a mask. And remember, we're all in this together. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button down below and share these videos. That's it for today. Stay safe, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow for another pandemic update video. Thanks for watching.